Okay, climate change and rainfall, I think one of the most devastating reports that went into the midterm review of the current foreign FMP, which goes from 2004 to 2013. The Conservation Commission did a review over the first 5 years. That report went to the EPA and it went to the public for comment, and we made submissions. One submission was made by the Denmark Environment Centre by Alex Symes, who did an incredible research, and he also followed the embedded data that you find in maps and in documents that you don't see on the outside, and traced back what actually the rainfall data was that the forest management plan used. And we found, and I think that document proves, and in some cases the rainfall data they used is down to the 1960s. Now we all know that in about 1975 we had this certain drop in rainfall in the southwest, about 15%. We've had further drops since then. The incredible thing is that the Ag Department is actually using the rainfall data that the Bureau of Meteorology in Canberra is using. But the management plan is based on data that is way out of date. And of course the fundamental of the FMP is this. The state is divided into 3 rainfall zones, low, medium and high. On the basis of that, silviculture prescriptions were developed, because you obviously can't do the same in a low rainfall area as you can do in a high rainfall area. So from that you can deduct very simple, common sense tells you that if your baseline data is fundamentally flawed, every conclusion that you draw from it is also flawed. That means growth rate, etc., etc. So we are waiting on the analysis of the EPA of all these submissions that were given on the midterm review. We expect the report to go out in April, late April, and it will go to the minister then. And I would suggest to you now, and I've written to Sally Talbot to that effect, and to also to Mick Murray, that the statement that Mick Murray was to say, let's have a good look at what we are doing in the forest right now. His concern will be borne out, I'm sure, by the recommendations that will come when the midterm review process is finished and the EPA comes out with its message. At the same time, Mick Murray is not alone. I mean, Janet Woolard the other day had a private motion in the House, and that says that she suggested that to inquire into and report on the costs and benefits, including the broader community costs and consideration of logging of native forest under the existing forest management plan in the southwest. What's generally accepted, because we are now well truly past the halfway mark in the FMP, that they are not going to make a major revision of the existing FMP. But there will be some horrible implications for even considering another one. My expectation is that we will have it phased out. If we do nothing, it'll probably fall over like a deck of cards, because it's not economically viable. The timber quality isn't acceptable to the timber people, and basically it's gone. We've used it, we've cut it. It's never been sustainable from day one till when we started logging in the 1860s, 70s. And now we've run out of the material of any quality. And what you've got to remember is that the amount of timber that's being extracted is based on this fraudulent and fundamentally flawed rainfall data. So we're overcutting even in, you know, it's just a simple question of arithmetic that can work it out. And if the amount of timber is any less than what they're currently getting, the timber industry said we've gone below the point of critical mass where the industry can survive. So the writing's on the wall. If they cut back even a small amount of the allowable cut, the industry is already doomed. So rather than wait for the house of cards to fall over, signal in plenty of time that you're going to do it, put conditions in place like Beth suggested, where you take care of the unemployment that results from it and the negative impacts that it has on some people, and plan for a phase out, but tell everybody in plenty of time. And that's why we suggest that's what the Labour Party ought to do. Thank you.